Thank you so much, guys. Hope you're enjoying it so far. So next session, really excited about this one. So we are going to be talking with Charlie Magadah-Williams of Primark. We've also got Shani Dhanda, who runs her own consultancy on the stage here. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Okay, good. So, yeah, we're going to start off, I think, well, what we're going to be talking about is a brilliant range, a really innovative range of adaptive clothing that Primark, you may already be aware of. They've had lots of coverage in the media. So I think, going to start off with a short video. Charlie, do you want to set the scene for this video?
Sure, absolutely. Thanks, Robin. So I can't actually believe that this all happened at the beginning of the year.
I know.
It's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. So this is a piece that we put together for the launch of our first adaptive, it was a range of adaptive lingerie. So it was a piece of work that had been going on long before I even joined Primark. I've been there 2.5 years and I've been working on it for a long time. And we started working together just before it all came out. So should we take a look?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's the wrong...
That's you.
That's the wrong video.
It's a good video, though.
That's me.
That's you.
Shall we talk more about it?
Shall we?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's really surprising to me when I talk about it and I say we launched it in January, because I can't actually believe that it's just been within this year. I think one of the things that has been really interesting for me this year is that we've just done it again. So we've just done another photo shoot of something that is very exciting that's coming, which I'm not going to talk about no matter how much you press me. I can't wait to talk about it. It's really exciting. And we did that together.
We did.
And I just really noticed the difference from one to the next. So what you're going to see is the video from 3 models who worked with us in this campaign. And Shani was with us as accessibility coordinator at the photo shoot. And I guess my reflection this time round was, I think the first time we didn't really know what to do with you. As we were talking about it last week, weren't we? We didn't really know how to work together on it. So, well, you knew what you were doing, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So we learned a lot. And actually the impact that Shani had, and you'll see, you know, the models, the way that they worked that day, there were moments that came up when we needed you that I think if we hadn't had you, we wouldn't really have known what to do. But this time round, I was in our studio, which Shani had visited the week before, I think, to do an accessibility audit for us. We've made a video so that now whenever we work with models, because we work with a lot of disabled models, not just when we're working on products that are relevant to the community. And so we wanted to improve the accessibility and the experience for those people across all of our campaigns. So we've got now a video that you've helped us to make, which will just go out to every model so that they can tell us what adaptations they might need. Because how do you know what you need if you can't tell what there is to start with?
So the video is a bit like a familiarization video of the studio, of all the equipment there, the spaces, the quiet rooms, everything. And when I did come to do that accessibility audit, it was minor tweaks. It was like some lower hooks on the back of the doors, on the toilets. It was, you know, a small ramp. So it was very minor because we were already starting from a good place. But when we ask people what the access requirements are, it's hard to know what that could be if you don't know the space that you're going into. So something as simple as that is going to be a resource now that team has and can send it out. But do we have the video ready? No. Oh, it was sent.
Well, the great news is the video is on Instagram. It's out there on YouTube. You can access it through multiple platforms. We can direct you to it. If you search Primark adaptive lingerie, you'll find it. You should find it. And it starts off with a lovely person who says, "Hi, my name's Emma and I have Charcot-Marie-Tooth syndrome."
Yeah.
Brilliant, thanks.
We'll keep going.
Over to you, Robin.
So we've had a bit of scene setting. So Charlie, what was your role in kind of getting this?
We have the video.
Oh, sorry.
condition called charcuterie tooth, which means I'm a full-time wheelchair user and I also have limited dexterity in my hands.
My name is Glennis, but everybody calls me Glenn. And I have amplify syndrome, which makes me wear artificial limbs on both my legs, and I have a limb difference on my left hand.
Hi, my name is Tegan. I have cerebral palsy.
This range, I think it's huge, not just for me, but for so many people with disabilities. The fact that a huge high street brand is doing adaptive lingerie underwear is incredible. My favourite product is the lace bralette. I love that there is an adaptive lingerie piece with lace on. It makes it a bit more sexy.
This is my first adaptive range and I absolutely love it. It gives me so much independence. The best piece of advice I would give to anybody with a disability is to be yourself. About 3 years ago, I was in my first campaign, which made me allow me to love my body and love my disability as this is who I am, I can't change it, and you just always need to be proud of yourself.
This range is really important for me as it is inclusive and adaptive. And this is the first adaptive underwear range I've ever tried. Because I ride horses, I know that I would be very supportive while riding in it. My advice to someone living with a disability would be to try the things that you fear, because you might surprise yourself.
Brilliant, really good. I have heard so many podcasts, disability-related podcasts, where people are saying how impactful and how amazing having sexy underwear is when you have a disability.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to go for the, medical grade stuff beforehand. So Charlie, or Shani, tell me, how did it come about? You know, how instrumental were your roles in making it happen?
Yeah. So I guess we should set the context that I've worked with you and your team on lots of different things.
Loads of things.
And initially it was to help with the launch of the range. And not that I am a clothing designer and can definitely not take any credit for the design of the clothes, but it's like everything that sits around it in terms of the language that we use when we talk to customers, training teams internally, how it's going to be spoken about in the media and the press and social media, how we can make the press release, inclusive and provide that in alternative formats, because of course there are disabled journalists too. It's how it's going to look in store, and so many other things. My mind always goes blank.
Oh, so many things. So I guess we were so lucky that the timings kind of worked out for us in that we found Shani at the right time, definitely. For us, as I said, when I first started working at Primark, I think it was on my first day actually, my boss kind of took me by the hand and proudly marched me over to this amazing person who was working on this top secret project. And I couldn't believe my luck, because as a head of D&I, you kind of expect you're going to have to come in and drive this stuff, but they're already doing it. So I thought, this is good. This is really good. But then I thought, how far can I push it? Because that's the other place you've really got to take these things. You've got to go with the energy, right? You've got to take that energy and really flow with it. So I started to think, well, okay, we're going to go out there with 2 bras and 2 briefs, and people are going to go, this is great, but either so what? Or what about me? You know, I work for you. What about the experience I'm having? Or I shop in your stores. What about the experience I'm having? So, or I don't shop in your stores. Let's be honest, because, you know, I don't know that you have accessible till points that I can go straight to, which you can, by the way, in all of our stores. And I would love it.
You don't have to queue.
If you
have a health condition or an impairment, you don't have to queue in Primark. Nope. I didn't know that for ages.
And I don't want that to be a USP for us. I want every retailer to do it. It should just be a given that you can go into a store and you can access the experience. But anyway, so we made a set of commitments. We decided that we would make 4 commitments to being more accessible as a business, and they are around our products, our stores, our culture, and our representation. And along that journey, we found Shani, and so we started off, as you said, working on this, but it's become basically everything. So please never leave me, and because I won't know what to do.
Aww.
So in the next 3 minutes that we've got, apologies, can we wheedle out of you anything along the lines of what's next? There are so many different impairment categories, so many different requirements that make people feel comfortable, be able to access a stoma, or be able to do up or undo their lingerie.
Yeah.
What is there that you can tell us about what's coming up next?
Well, there are things I can tell you, even though you're trying to get it out of me there, Robin, and I'm still going to be very careful. I can't wait till I can talk. But in terms of our products, we made a commitment to go further and faster and to work with experts to help us to do this. So Shani is one of those experts. We also announced earlier in the year that we're working with Victoria Jenkins to develop some very exciting things. So very much watch this space on that. But actually that work we're doing with lots of teams across the business that perhaps you wouldn't also be hearing about. So we've spent a lot of time working with our beauty team, haven't we, for example, where we did a customer focus group, which I still hear them talk about and quote, and they can still remember the names of all the people that they met. We've been doing work with various other teams, many other teams across the business. Some of them are in the sexy product stuff and some are not. And that's really important. We've actually got 8 work streams, I think, and a steering committee now all looking at this. So we're thinking across everything, because when we then start thinking about the work in our stores, this year we've worked with Access Able to do a review of all of our stores in the UK and in ROI, both front and back of house, so that we can provide access guides. And we want to do that as a matter of course for new people when they're joining us as a colleague. Actually, we shouldn't be waiting for somebody to say that they need an adjustment. We should be saying, here's the accessibility information for our stores. And that is useful to everyone. I know I don't need to tell you that. And then we're thinking about, from a culture perspective, the commitment. And you can read them. They're all published on our website. But the culture commitment's quite small in words, but it's really big as a piece of work. Yeah. So you've been helping us with how we do things around our communication channels, thinking about how we teach our social team to write visual descriptions, how we do all sorts of things, all sorts of things.
And I know we've run out of time, but I really also wanted to mention about the campaign there, and the one we've just worked on that we can't talk about, is not only did we have disabled people in front of the camera, and for some of them that was their first ever experience modelling in their underwear. I would never do that. How brave are they? But also we had disabled people behind the camera as well, from our photographer, hair and makeup, and across the teams. And I think that is as equally as important.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you. Charlie, Shani, and Primark. Thank you so much.
Thanks.